the silent muscle weakener. How vitamin E could be sabotaging your strength. It starts subtly. Maybe you feel just a little more wobbly getting up from your favorite armchair. Or perhaps stairs that used to be no big deal now seem steeper than they once were. Maybe you catch yourself holding onto the kitchen counter a second longer than usual just to steady yourself after standing. It's easy to brush these small changes aside and chalk them up to aging. After all, isn't that what we're told? That as we grow older, our bodies slow down, weaken, bend under the weight of time? But what if the real culprit behind your fading strength isn't father time at all, but something you've been swallowing every morning with your coffee? Meet vitamin E, the supplement many seniors have trusted for decades as a kind of elixir for vitality. Marketed as a guardian of heart health, protector of glowing skin, and even a shield against the effects of aging itself, vitamin E has found its way into medicine cabinets across America. For years, well-meaning adults over 60 have taken their daily dose believing it was helping them stay strong, active, and independent. But here's the truth. For many seniors, vitamin E may be doing the exact opposite. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like C or B-complex, which your body flushes out when you take too much, vitamin E is fat-soluble. That means it doesn't easily leave your system when consumed in high amounts. Instead, it builds up, quietly, steadily, accumulating in your liver and fatty tissues over time. And once those levels reach a tipping point, the consequences can be serious, especially for your muscles. You see, vitamin E isn't inherently dangerous. In fact, in the right doses, it plays an important role in protecting cells from oxidative damage and supporting immune function. But here's the catch. More is not always better, especially when it comes to fat-soluble vitamins. In excess, particularly when taken in dosages higher than 400 IU per day, vitamin E can interfere with your neuromuscular system, weakening the very muscles that help you stand, walk, climb stairs, and keep your balance. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you can't get out of bed without grabbing the wall for support. Or walking to the mailbox suddenly feels like climbing a mountain. These aren't just signs of getting older. They could be signs that your muscles are being silently undermined by a supplement you believed was helping you. And the worst part? There are no flashing red lights, no dramatic warnings. No labels scream, "Warning, may cause muscle weakness." No headlines shout about seniors falling or losing independence because of a vitamin they assumed was safe. This is how insidious it is. It creeps in slowly, like rust on a car frame, hidden beneath the surface until the damage becomes undeniable. Let's talk numbers. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, the recommended dietary allowance, RDA, for vitamin E for adults is 15 milligrams per day, which is roughly equivalent to 22.4 IU. Yet, many over-the-counter supplements contain 400 IU, 800 IU, or even 1,000 IU of vitamin E per serving. That's anywhere from 18 to 45 times the recommended amount. Now, why would manufacturers put so much vitamin E in their pills? Because bigger numbers sell. High potency, extra strength, maximum absorption. These buzzwords appeal to people who want to feel like they're doing everything possible to stay healthy. But in reality, for seniors, those high doses can come at a cost. The hidden science behind vitamin E and muscle weakness. When vitamin E accumulates in the body beyond safe levels, it begins to interfere with a delicate biochemical process essential for muscle function. Specifically, excessive vitamin E has been shown to interfere with vitamin K metabolism, which plays a key role in blood clotting and bone health. But more importantly for our purposes, chronic excess vitamin E may also disrupt nerve signaling to muscle fibers and impair mitochondrial function, the energy factories inside your cells. Mitochondria are crucial for muscle endurance and strength. When they're compromised, your muscles tire faster, recover slower, and lose power. This is especially concerning for seniors, whose muscle mass naturally declines with age due to a condition called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia affects nearly everyone over 60, leading to progressive loss of muscle mass and strength. Add to that the subtle draining effect of high-dose vitamin E, and you've got a recipe for accelerated weakness, all while thinking you're doing something good for yourself. In clinical studies, high-dose vitamin E supplementation has been associated with reduced physical performance, loss of balance, and increased fall risk among elderly populations. One study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society followed a group of seniors taking 400 IU of vitamin E daily. Over time, researchers noticed a significant decline in lower body strength and gait stability compared to a placebo group. The differences weren't sudden or dramatic, but they added up. Participants began needing handrails more often, had trouble rising from chairs without assistance, and reported feeling more unsteady during simple tasks like grocery shopping or walking their dog. These may sound like minor inconveniences to someone who hasn't experienced them, but to a senior trying to maintain independence, they're devastating. Suddenly, the world starts closing in. Stairs become avoided. Walking to the mailbox seems like a chore. Going out to lunch with friends feels risky. And the worst part is, most people don't connect these symptoms back to the pill they swallow every morning. A dangerous combination: blood thinning and fall risk. There's another layer to this story, and it's potentially life-threatening. Vitamin E has a known effect on blood clotting. At high doses, it acts as a blood thinner. For some people, that might sound beneficial. After all, thin blood flows easier, right? But for seniors already at increased risk of falls, fragile bones, and bruising, this effect can be deadly. Imagine slipping on a wet tile floor in the kitchen. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin or apixaban, the risk of internal bleeding is already elevated. Now imagine also taking high-dose vitamin E, unknowingly doubling down on that risk. Even a minor fall could result in a subdural hematoma, internal bleeding, or a severe bruise that refuses to heal. Worse still, the effects of vitamin E-induced blood thinning are cumulative. Unlike aspirin or prescription anticoagulants, where dosage is carefully monitored by doctors, vitamin E is often self-administered at dangerously high levels. Many seniors take multivitamins, cod liver oil, and fortified cereals that all contain vitamin E, stacking multiple sources without realizing the total intake. A 2020 case study from a Boston hospital highlighted the dangers. An 82-year-old woman came in after a minor fall at home. She had bruises all over her arms and legs, and an MRI revealed a small bleed near her spine. During routine questioning, she mentioned she took a 1,000 IU vitamin E capsule every day along with a fish oil supplement and a multivitamin. Her doctor concluded that the combination likely contributed to her bleeding issues. When she stopped the supplements, her bruising subsided within weeks. This is not an isolated case. PR doctors across the country are seeing more elderly patients coming in with unusual bruising, prolonged bleeding, and unexplained falls, only to discover they were taking high-dose vitamin E without medical supervision. Emotional impact: more than just physical. The emotional toll of losing leg strength and balance cannot be understated. For many seniors, independence is the cornerstone of identity. Being able to walk to the store, visit grandchildren, drive to church, or simply go for a stroll is not just about mobility, it's about dignity. When that starts to slip away, bit by bit, it can lead to isolation, depression, and a sense of helplessness. Many seniors begin canceling plans, avoiding outings, and limiting their activities, all to reduce the risk of falling. What starts as caution turns into fear. Fear turns into withdrawal. And before they know it, their world has shrunk to the four walls of their home. One patient I spoke with, Margaret, described the change poignantly. "I used to love going dancing with my husband every Saturday night. We'd laugh, sway, hold hands like we did when we were young. Then I started feeling weak in my knees. At first, I thought it was arthritis. Then I fell, not hard, just slipped in the kitchen. But after that, I couldn't bring myself to dance anymore. I didn't want to risk falling again. It wasn't just my legs that gave out, it was my spirit." Stories like Margaret's are heartbreaking and preventable. Because the thing is, leg weakness caused by high-dose vitamin E isn't inevitable. It's reversible if caught early. Why aren't doctors talking about this? You might be wondering, if this is such a widespread issue, why aren't doctors warning seniors about it? Part of the problem lies in the fragmented nature of care for older adults. Many seniors juggle multiple specialists: cardiologists, endocrinologists, primary care physicians, but few of them are trained in geriatric nutrition. As a result, questions about supplements often get overlooked during routine visits. Another reason is cultural. We tend to trust products labeled as natural or vitamin. There's an underlying assumption that if it's sold in a pharmacy or health food store, it must be safe. That's not always true. Dr. Leonard Feldman, a geriatrician at Johns Hopkins, puts it this way. People think vitamins are harmless because they're labeled as dietary supplements. But just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe. Vitamin D, calcium, iron, All of these can be toxic in high doses. And vitamin E is no exception. So what's the solution? What you can do right now. If you're over 60 and currently taking vitamin E, especially in doses above 400 IU, the first step is to stop and consult with your doctor. Don't panic, but do act. Have an open conversation about your supplement use, including any multivitamins, joint support formulas, or skincare supplements that may contain vitamin E. Ask for a comprehensive nutrient panel, a blood test that checks your levels of fat-soluble vitamins, including A, D, E, and K. This will give you a clear picture of whether you're building up any nutrients to unhealthy levels. Then, work together to create a new plan, one that focuses on whole foods, balanced nutrition, and targeted supplementation only when necessary. Remember, your body thrives on nourishment, not oversupplementation. Nature provides all the nutrients you need through colorful vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats. Supplements should be used sparingly and with intention, not habitually or out of fear. What this means for you: the hidden cost of confidence and independence. Imagine this. You're getting ready to visit your grandchildren. It's a special day, maybe their birthday, or a recital, or just a lazy Sunday at the park. But as you go to tie your shoes, you feel that familiar wobble. Your knee tightens. You reach for the wall. You hesitate. For a brief moment, you consider not going at all, not because you don't want to, but because you're afraid. This is the hidden cost of leg weakness. It doesn't come with sharp pain or dramatic symptoms. It creeps in quietly, stealing away the joy of movement, one small hesitation at a time. For seniors, losing leg strength isn't just a physical limitation, it's an emotional wound. It chips away at independence. It erodes confidence. It changes the way we see ourselves and how we believe others see us. You spent decades building a life, raising children, working hard, traveling, volunteering, laughing with friends, dancing at weddings, and playing with grandkids. All of it required strength, not just mental grit, but literal physical power. And now? Now you find yourself choosing the elevator over the stairs, sitting more than standing, avoiding long walks, maybe even refusing invitations out of fear of falling. It starts small, but it adds up. And here's the tragedy. Many seniors are unknowingly accelerating this process by taking supplements they believe are helping them stay strong. We've already explored how vitamin E thins the blood and weakens muscle fibers, and how vitamin A silently eats away at bone density. We've seen how vitamin B6 can damage nerves and cause irreversible numbness in the legs. These are not rare side effects. They're real consequences that thousands of seniors face every year. But beyond the science, in the medical charts lies something deeper: the human experience of aging, of trying to hold on to autonomy while your body slowly begins to work against you, of watching your world shrink because your legs no longer trust you enough to take risks. Let me tell you about Hank. Hank was 72 when he first noticed the change. He used to walk 5 miles every morning around his neighborhood lake. He had a routine: coffee, crossword puzzle, then off he went, humming along to jazz tunes in his head. Then one day, halfway through his walk, his legs gave out under him like wet sand. He didn't fall, barely caught himself by grabbing a tree branch, but the sensation was terrifying. It wasn't pain. It was emptiness. Like his legs had forgotten how to respond to his mind. After that, he told me, I stopped going. I still filled my thermos with coffee each morning. I still did the crossword. But I'd just sit there, staring out the window, wondering if my legs would betray me again. Eventually, Hank saw a doctor. There were tests, blood work, an MRI. Nothing serious, they said. Just age catching up, one physician shrugged. But one nurse, the kind with silver hair and eyes full of quiet wisdom, asked him a simple question. Are you taking any supplements? That question changed everything. Turns out, Hank had been taking a daily multivitamin formulated for men over 50, and within it, 800 IU of vitamin E, 10,000 IU of vitamin A, and 150 milligrams of vitamin B6. All labeled senior-friendly. None reviewed by his primary care provider. When he stopped, the changes were slow but real. Within 4 months, his balance improved. Within 6, he walked again. By 9 months, he was back to 5-mile loops, slower, yes, but steady, grounded, alive. Hank's story is just one of many, but it reveals a powerful truth: knowledge saves lives. Understanding what's happening inside your body, really understanding, gives you the power to act. It gives you the chance to reclaim what you thought was being taken away. So what does this mean for you? It means asking questions. It means rethinking habits. It means realizing that aging doesn't have to be a slow surrender. Your body deserves nourishment, not over-medication. Your independence deserves protection, not sabotage. And your future deserves intention, not inertia. Because when you start to listen to your body, truly listen, you begin to notice the whispers before they become screams. Maybe your knees ache a little more than they should. Maybe you hold onto banisters longer than before. Maybe you've started sitting down during grocery trips. Maybe you've canceled plans to avoid the risk of falling. These aren't signs of frailty. They're signals, warnings from your body that something needs to change. And the beautiful thing is, you can change it, not by buying more pills, not by chasing miracle cures, but by making informed decisions, by reviewing your habits, by talking to your doctor, by learning what your body actually needs, not what marketing tells you it does. Because the truth is, your strength matters. It matters to your health. It matters to your dignity. It matters to the people who love you. And the best part? You still have time to do something about it. What you can do now, a step-by-step guide to reclaiming your strength. So what now? That's the question echoing in your mind after reading everything we've covered so far. If you're like most seniors, you didn't start taking these supplements to harm your body. You did it to support your health, to stay strong, to keep up with life, to feel like yourself. But now you know that some of those daily vitamins might actually be doing more harm than good. And that brings us to a crossroads. Do you ignore this new information and keep going the way you always have? Or do you take action? The truth is, knowledge without action doesn't change anything. But when you pair awareness with intention, something powerful happens. You regain control. You reclaim your strength. You protect your independence. So let's get practical. Let's talk about what you can do. Not someday, not when I get around to it, but right now, to take real steps toward better leg strength, better balance, and a better quality of life. Step 1. Take inventory of every supplement you're taking right now. The first thing you need to do today is pull out every bottle, pouch, packet, and container of supplements you currently take. Yes, even the ones hiding behind the cereal boxes, tucked into kitchen drawers, or stacked next to your morning coffee. Take them all out and lay them on the table. See them for what they are, not just pills, but choices you've made about your health. Now, go through each one carefully. Read the labels. Look at the dosage. Don't just glance, really look. Find out exactly how much vitamin E, vitamin A, and vitamin B6 you're getting from each supplement. Many people don't realize that multiple products can contain the same vitamin, leading to unintentional overuse. You may be surprised by what you find. One woman I spoke with, let's call her Linda, had been taking a multivitamin, a joint support formula, and a brain health booster. She thought she was covering all bases. But when she finally read the labels, she realized she was getting over 1,200 IU of vitamin E and 150 milligrams of vitamin B6 every single day. No wonder she'd been feeling unsteady on her feet. This step isn't about panic, it's about clarity. It's about seeing clearly what you've been putting into your body and making an informed decision about whether it's helping or hurting. Once you've taken inventory, circle the ones that contain high levels of the 3 vitamins we've discussed. Keep that list somewhere visible, maybe on your fridge or taped to your medicine cabinet. This will help you remember what to avoid as you move forward. Step 2. Schedule a conversation with your doctor. Not just any doctor, but one who understands aging. Next, make an appointment with your doctor. Not just any doctor, someone who understands the unique needs of aging adults. Ideally, you want a geriatrician or a primary care physician with experience working closely with seniors. And when you go, come prepared. Bring your list. Circle the supplements you're concerned about. Write down specific questions so you don't forget anything during the visit. Some helpful questions to ask include, am I taking too much vitamin E? Could my vitamin A intake be contributing to muscle weakness or bone loss? Is my current level of vitamin B6 safe, or could it be causing nerve damage? Would a comprehensive nutrient panel help identify any imbalances in my system? Are there alternative supplements or lifestyle changes that could support my leg strength safely? It's also important to mention any symptoms you've noticed recently. Things like unsteadiness, numbness in your legs, bruises that won't heal, or difficulty standing up from a chair. These aren't just signs of aging. They're clues that your body is trying to tell you something. A knowledgeable doctor will listen, order the right tests, and help guide you towards safer choices. And if your current physician dismisses your concerns or brushes off supplement use as not a big deal, consider seeking a second opinion. Your health deserves that kind of attention. Step 3. Request a comprehensive nutrient panel. Don't assume you know what's going on inside your body based on how you feel. Feelings can be misleading, especially when dealing with slow, insidious changes like vitamin toxicity. Instead, ask your doctor to run a comprehensive nutrient panel. This blood test checks your levels of key fat-soluble vitamins, including A, D, E, and K, along with markers for inflammation, iron stores, magnesium, and other essential nutrients. This test gives you hard data, not guesswork, about what's happening inside your body. It helps you understand whether your vitamin levels are within a healthy range or if they've started to build up to dangerous levels. If the results show elevated levels of any of these vitamins, your doctor can work with you to create a plan for reducing or eliminating them. This may involve tapering off certain supplements gradually, adjusting your diet, or monitoring your progress over time. And if the results come back normal, that's still valuable information. It means you can make decisions from a place of confidence rather than fear. Either way, you win. Step 4. Focus on nutrition over supplementation. Here's a truth that many people overlook. Your body thrives best when it gets its nutrients from food, not bottles. Yes, supplements can play a role in filling gaps, but they should never replace whole, nourishing foods. The vitamins we've been talking about, E, A, and B6, are all available in natural forms, in balanced amounts, through colorful, whole food sources. For example, vitamin E is found in sunflower seeds, almonds, spinach, and avocado. Vitamin A comes from pumpkin, sweet potatoes, carrots, and leafy greens. Vitamin B6 shows up in bananas, salmon, chickpeas, and fortified oatmeal. These foods provide your body with the exact amount of each vitamin it needs. No risk of overload, no chance of toxicity. They also offer fiber, antioxidants, and other cofactors that help your body absorb and utilize nutrients more effectively. So instead of reaching for another pill, try adding more of these foods into your daily meals. Make a colorful salad for lunch. Snack on nuts and fruit. Try roasted vegetables for dinner. Small changes add up over time. And if you're worried about getting enough nutrition, focus on eating a variety of colors, textures, and flavors throughout the day. Variety ensures balance. Balance supports strength. Step 5. Move more. Even a little makes a big difference. While we focused primarily on nutrition and supplementation, we can't ignore the importance of movement, especially when it comes to protecting your legs and maintaining independence. Think of your muscles like a garden that needs tending. Neglect them, and they begin to wither. But give them consistent attention, and they grow stronger, more resilient, more reliable. You don't need to start running marathons or lifting weights, unless you wanna. Instead, focus on gentle, regular movement that keeps your joints lubricated, your nerves engaged, and your muscles working. Try simple exercises like sitting and standing from a chair without using your hands. Walking around your house or yard for 5 to 10 minutes several times a day. Practicing balance by standing on one foot while holding onto a sturdy surface. Doing seated yoga or stretching videos designed for seniors. Even something as basic as walking to the mailbox, watering plants, or dancing in the kitchen counts. The key is consistency. Small movements performed regularly add up over time. And remember, every step you take preserves your ability to take the next one. Step 6. Don't rush, but don't delay. You don't have to stop every supplement overnight. That could shock your system. Instead, work with your doctor to create a safe, gradual plan for reducing or replacing harmful supplements. Maybe that means cutting back on vitamin E first, or swapping your multivitamin for a targeted formula designed specifically for seniors, or switching from synthetic supplements to whole food-based alternatives. Whatever path you choose, take it with purpose. Not out of fear, but out of self-respect. And above all, don't delay. The longer you wait, the more your body adjusts to weakness. The more you adapt to limitations. The more you accept things like wobbling, bruising, and falling as just part of getting older. But they don't have to be. Because here's the beautiful truth. Your body wants to heal. It's built to recover. It's wired to bounce back when given the right tools and the right support. All you have to do is give it a chance. Step 7. Share what you've learned. Help someone else avoid the same mistake. Finally, don't keep this knowledge to yourself. If you've learned something valuable, pass it along. Talk to your friends. Share this article. Start a conversation with your book club, church group, or bridge league. Many seniors are unknowingly harming their strength and independence because they trust the label on a bottle more than they trust their own instincts. But once they understand what's really happening, they can make different choices, just like you. One man I spoke with decided to write a letter to his senior living community newsletter after realizing how vitamin B6 had affected his balance. He shared his story, warned others about the dangers of high-dose supplements, and encouraged them to speak with their doctors. Within weeks, he heard from 2 neighbors who had similar symptoms. All 3 ended up getting blood tests, and all 3 were able to reverse their issues because they took action early. That's the power of sharing. That's the ripple effect of awareness. Final thoughts. Your strength matters, and it's still yours to protect. At the end of the day, this isn't about scaring you away from supplements. It's about empowering you with the truth. About giving you the tools to make smarter choices. About reminding you that your body deserves respect, not recklessness. You've worked too hard, lived too long, and loved too deeply to let a few misunderstood vitamins steal your strength. So take action. Review your supplements. Talk to your doctor. Eat real food. Move your body. Protect your legs. Guard your independence. Because your future is still being written, and you hold the pen.